there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at EPCOT for a round of pin trading. Now, for the beginning of this video, we're actually gonna go pin trade by all the pin traders over in the archway by Club Cool, Creation Shop, Connections Eatery, and see what pins we can score there. So I did bring with me my very big bag of pins, and I'll show you what we're packing in just a second. And then after we're done trading there, we're gonna go around to every pin board, look for every pin trading cast member, and see what's out there. Now, I believe they released more Wave B pins because more people have been finding the green series with Pleagley. I don't know who else is in that set, but Pleagley's in that set. And I just scored the Pleagley at Disney Springs, so now I want to try and get another one today. So that's the goal, is to score one of the green Wave Bs, but we'll also keep our eyes peeled like a banana for any real deal banana peel pins. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so here's my big bag full of pins, heart full of hope, and here's my Halloween display. Here are all the Hocus Pocus pins that we completed without purchasing any blind boxes. We also have the new Pumpkin Pals, the new Winnie the Pooh Halloween pins, and then these are just pins we collected all through August to make this, and it looks fantastic. I love it so much. And now let's take a look at what I got packing in here. All right, so in here I just got a ton of Munchlings. I'm getting rid of my Star Wars monthly release pins. I got a lot of Loungefly pins here. These are my more like special pins that it's gonna be pretty hard for me to trade these away, but they are like duplicates, so I have duplicate Judy pins. These are also duplicates, but I'll trade for like other Disneyland Paris pins, other Disney Studio Store. That's the chaser that we found literally like the other day. We got these over here, some trash cans, some blind boxes. These two here are fantasy pins. This is the Disney Skyliner between EPCOT and Hollywood Studios. This is a fantasy Stitch pin. These are both Disneyland Paris. Oh, so is this one, this one, this one, this one. And then this is pink a la mode. We got some Wave Bs here. This is another pink a la mode. We got a bunch of Star Wars pins here. We got some more blind boxes here. And then we got a ton of Ariel pins that Tony wants me to try to trade for other Ariel pins. And then we have more Loungefly here, and then some more Star Wars and this giant guy here. So that's what we're working with today. And the bag I'm using today is the new Lotso bag that we got at Hollywood Studios, and I paired it with my Germany Pavilion lug bag and my Mickey Head in the Clouds in pink. All right, let's head to where all the traders reside. Okay, so this is the area where all the pin traders hang out. So let's see if I can score a little seat here. All right, so we are all set up and we did our first pin trade. We got the Mickey and Minnie from the Food and Wine last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got these two pins all thanks to
Robert Ziegowitz, and I got two of the Stormtrooper helmets I need for my set.
Awesome, thank you so much, man, thank you. So I did another trade. I got a Zootopia pin. This is from the blind box. And then I got this coded Mickey. It's from the Disney store in the UK, I believe. Isn't he so cool? He's like binary numbers. That's awesome. So I just scored this very cute little stained glass window piglet pin from Loungefly, and I got this all thanks to...
Hi, my name is Haley. I got this pin.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. So I just did a trade with Maddie and Julia. I got two of the Disneylandies, and I got Francis, Loungefly pin, and a Kermit. These are so good. I just did another trade, and we got a Wave B Mickey hat of Shmee, and I got this all thanks to...
Natalia from Matt's Pinderry, and I got the Fox and the Hound pin.
Lovely.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
You as well. So we did another trade. I'm getting a Zootopia pin, love, and I got this awesome Lion King pin, and I got this all thanks to...
Adel and Svea. I got this Aurora Blue pin.
Oh, beautiful. And what'd you get?
I got this Lotso pin.
A Lotso pin. And you guys are Marie and Toulouse from the Aristocats. You guys look amazing. I love it. All right, my friends. So I am walking away with this fantastic Mad Hatter pin. Look how cool that is. And I got this all thanks to...
Peyton. I'm on TikTok, PS Memories, and I got a fellow Zootopia pin because I love Judy.
Yeah, and we love supporting other Zootopia fans,
Yes.
so thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so I just did another trade, and check it out. It's the Goofy movie pin celebrating 30 years. This is from the D23 event, and I got this all thanks to...
Tiana.
And Tiana's walking away with the Rex Disneyland Paris pin and two of the Wave Bs. Awesome. Thank you so much.
So much.
All right, friends, so I just traded with Alex and Steven, and I'm getting this little Dumbo here and the Mr. Toad car. And I traded away 2 Loungefly pins, so score. I just scored these 3 beautiful pins. This is the countdown to the Millennium pins, right? Is that right? Yes! I got Dumbo, Ariel for Tony, but now I'm looking at it, I might keep it for myself. And then also the Winnie the Pooh. And I got these 3 beautiful pins, all thanks to...
Hi, Juliana.
Juliana. And what'd you get, Juliana?
I got 3 so cute. They're Minnie Mouse, the main attraction pins. Kevin said they all came together.
Yes.
Little stuffed animals. So
Yes.
cute. Thank you so much.
No,
for trading
thank
with
you,
me.
thank you. I love these. Okay, so that's a wrap on pin trading outside with all the pin traders in the Club Cool area. We scored some fantastic pins. That Goofy Movie 30 anniversary pin, that's super cool. You could only get that pin if you went to the D23 event, so that was a really good score. Also got oh, my bubble wands. I got 2 bubble wands. Did I show you? Maybe not. I'm gonna have to show you. I scored 2 bubble wands. The Donald, and I think, I can't remember. It's in my bag right now. I also got a green Pleagley from Wave B. I'm so excited. That was a pretty good run there. And shout out to all the people that I met pin trading, the ones who watched my video. Thank you so much. Thank you for being in the video. I hope the microphone picked up the audio from our special guests, but it was really loud there, so I'm sorry if it sounds muffled, but good time under there. All right, so now we're gonna go and check out every single pin board and try to find every single pin trading cast member and hopefully score the newer Wave Bs like the greens and the bubble wands. But if not, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled like a banana for any real deal banana peel pins. All right, let's do this. All right, so we made it back to the front of the park, and now it's time to tackle every pin board and try to spot every pin trading cast member. And we're gonna head to the pin trader / camera center right here by Spaceship Earth. But really quick, here's a look at the pins that I brought with me. Okay, we got all of these, and we got all of these. Let's see if we can score any Wave Bs. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in the trading store. Okay. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So nothing for me on that pin board. Oh boy, it's gonna rain so bad. But next, let's go to Gateway Gifts, which is just across the way, and take a look at that pin board. Oh, and I gotta show you the bubble wands. Hold on now. Here are the 2 bubble wands that I scored. I got Pluto and Donald. And then there's the Pleagley from Wave B, the green. Super excited. And now we're on the hunt for these Disneyland pins because I think they're cute and I want them. And speaking of Disneyland, I just booked my flight, my hotel, and my park tickets for Disneyland. I am going October 12th and the 13th. So vlog coming very soon. All right, let's go. It's Wendy Williams outside. Here's a look at the pin board in Gateway Gifts. Alrighty, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. So nothing for me at the pin board in Gateway Gifts. Now let's head to Guest Relations. Okay, so here we are at Guest Relations, and the cast member is being super awesome because she's gonna run and grab the pin board for us just because the line is crazy long. Okay, and here's a look at the pin board in Guest Relations. All right, now I don't see anything here for me, but let's do a blessing of the pin board. Let's put a castle down. So nothing on the pin board for me, but we did have to bless it because the cast member was lovely and she ran inside. We didn't have to wait in the line, so I definitely wanted to bless the board. And whenever we do that, we don't take anything in return. Now, let's pop into Connections Eatery and Cafe and see if there are any pin trading cast members rolling around. Okay, and not a single pin trading cast member inside Connections Cafe and Eatery. Let's cross over to Creation Shop. Now, it is quite busy in here, so I don't know if we're gonna have any pin trading cast members. Let's do a little wraparound and see if we could spot any, but not looking too good. So we did spot 1 pin trading cast member in here. Here's a look at their pins, and check it out again, one of the Toy Story pins. Nice. Okay, so we only spotted the 1 pin trading cast member, but that Toy Story set again. So we saw Gabby Gabby, we saw the other doll. Sorry to that doll. Sorry to that doll. And then we also saw like the little police officer one, which also, sorry to that one too. Wouldn't know a thing. All right, let's pop into Club Cool and see if the pin board is available. Now, they used to have Beverly, the pin trading bear, but she has been put on permanent vacation. She no longer works here. I believe she moved to Universal Studios, so no, I'm kidding, but they have a pin board now. And here's a look at the pin board inside Club Cool. Alrighty, I don't see anything here that I want or need. Let's keep moving. So there was nothing for me inside Club Pool. The pin board was not the best. Test track. That's where we're headed next. We're headed to Test Track Gear Shop, and we're gonna check out the pin board. But real quick, someone sent me a video of them hanging out here at Test Track. And they did the exact same thing. It was so funny. They tagged me in their Insta story. So if you're here, you make a video, please send it to me so I can put it on my Insta story. Test track. Oh, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. All right, let's head inside, check out the pin board. Okay, and here's a look at the pin board in a Test Track Gear Shop. Okay, I'm not seeing any wave bees here or any real deal banana peel pins, but you know what, we're gonna cut this pin board some slack because usually it's really good. It's usually a really good pin board. We've scored some wave bees here a few times, so we'll give you some slack, Test Track. Okay, so nothing for me in Test Track. Oh, that was a good timing. That was a really good timed one. But yeah, nothing for me there. Let's head towards, oh, we gotta go to Mission Space. They have a pin board. Okay, so here we are at Mission Space, and we're gonna head to the gift shop, Mission Space Cargo Bay, and take a look at the pin board. All right, so here's a look at the pin board in Mission Space Cargo Bay. Okay, I don't really see anything here, but we also have a pin at Trading Cast Members pin pad, and oh look, the L. That's neat. Alrighty. Nothing for me in Mission Space Cargo Bay. Let's head up to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and check out the pin board in Treasures of Xandar. Also, my Raven Baxter shirt is getting a lot of love. People are really digging it. Shout out to 5 and Below for having very cheap clothes. I like it. Okay, here's Treasures of Xandar. Let's pop inside, take a look at the pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in Treasures of Xandar. And then we also have a pin at Trading Cast Members pin pad. Do you mind if I show the pad as well?
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you. All right, now I don't really see anything here for me, so let's keep moving. So we're all done with this side of Epcot, and now we're gonna cut through, passing Club Cool and all of that area, and then we're gonna go to like the garden where they have the 2 pin carts, and both of them have a pin board. Now here's the garden area, and it's like right across from Creation Shop, and then bada bing, bada boom, you got 1, 2, so let's see the pin board here. So here's a look at one of the pin boards at the cart. Take a look at these Star Wars pins. Very cool, this one, and then that's Moff Gideon. Very nice. Jessica Rabbit. A lot of letters today, nice. All right, I don't really see anything, but that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, so nothing for me on that pin board, but the Star Wars pins were pretty cool. Now, I didn't know if they were the real deal banana peel. They could be like box lunch or something like that, but not for me. All right, we have another pin board right here, just next door. And here's a look at the next pin board. Okay, oh, Mother Gothel, Queen Icon, love that diva, Ariel. Oh, the Ariel shoe. All right, I don't see anything here for me. Let's keep moving. Okay, so nothing for me at the 2 pin boards in the garden area. Let's start making our way through Communicore Plaza. So we have Communicore Hall, where I think it's still Goofy's Gooftastic Summer, and then there's a pin cart there, and then also I think the Cool Kids Summer Table should still be available. They have a pin board for 12 and under, and then a pin board for 12 and up. So let's head that way. Oh, and bummer, my friends, because of the weather, they closed the pin carts. So, all right, let's keep moving. Is the table available either? Nope. So the table would be set up right here where these 2 umbrellas are. So no. All right, let's head towards the Seas with Nemo and Friends and take a look at that pin board. Now, for the sake of today's video, we are gonna skip Coral Reef Restaurant, and we're also gonna skip the Land, because the Land pin boards haven't been available in quite some time. And then the only thing they had available is the Pin Trading Cast Members pin pad downstairs at the Behind the Scenes walking tour, which I doubt there'll be anything good there. But if you're coming here, make sure you're checking out the pin board there, and also Coral Reef Restaurant. But we, because of the weather, are just gonna go to Nemo, Figment, and then we're gonna start tackling the World Showcase. All right, let's go. The Seas with Nemo and Friends. And the pin board can be found at Sea Base Aquarium. Let's head inside. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in the aquarium. Look at that, look at this up pin with the 2 balloons. Oh, that's pretty neat. But I do believe it to be missing quite a few balloons, so we'll save that for the next person. All All right, now I don't see anything here that I want or need, so let's keep moving. So nothing on the pin board in the aquarium for me, but we ran into a friend who watches Sam, and we got this beautiful Cruella pin. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so our next stop is going to be Journey into Imagination with Figment, and the pin board's going to be over in the gift shop Imageworks, which is on the side of the building here. All right, so here's a look at the pin board in A Journey into Imagination with Figment. This is in the gift shop Imageworks. That was very long. Okay. Okay, I don't really see anything, but I like when they do this, when they add like little pants and they give it to Minnie. Very cute. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, so nothing for me on the pin board in A Journey into Imagination with Figment. That's all right. Now, let's get back to our conversation about Disneyland. This is gonna be my first time ever. So if any of you have like any suggestions of things that I like have to do at Disneyland, I'm also going to California Adventure. And also like it's the Oogie Boogie Bash. So we're going to California Adventure first on Saturday, just because then Sunday is the Halloween party and they do close early, and I want to have like a full day there. Now I'm hoping it's not like too crazy, but also like I'm not really like a crazy attractions person. I just really want to just experience Disneyland and California Adventure for the first time and just see it, you know what I mean? Because I doubt this will be my last time, you know? But yeah, anything I should try, anything I should do, what attractions are a must if I'm gonna do any, you know, let me know. And what should I eat? All the things, all the things. It's also the 70th anniversary there, so I'm gonna get to experience that. So yeah, let me know, what should I do in Disneyland? Now, before we start tackling the World Showcase, we're actually gonna head to the Odyssey, because when we were filming the food and wine video with Tony, I spotted Penny, the pin trading trash can, so maybe she's hanging out there today. All right, so I popped into the Odyssey and Penny, the pin trading trash can, is not here, but yeah, I get it. It's very busy. There is no space for our girl, Penny. Okay, so we're about to tackle the World Showcase, but I ran into a friend who watches Lana, and look at this beautiful Walt pin I got. She said she got it years and years ago, and now it's a part of my collection, and this is one that I might hold on to for a really long time, because that is a good Walt pin. So let's start off with the gift shops, Disney Traders and Port of Entry, and check out their pin boards. Yes, let's do that. I don't know what's up with me today. I'm just like very like in like La La Land kind of. And here's a look at the pin board. Okay. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. All right, so nothing for me at Disney Traders. We're gonna cross over to Port of Entry and take a look at that pin board, but we have yet to do a pin trade on a board, right? We haven't scored anything. Yeah, we've only traded with friends who watch. Yeah, okay, well, hopefully it gets better from here. Let's see. So I popped into Port of Entry. They did not have a pin board, but there was some jewelry thing happening there today, so made sense. All right, now let's start tackling the pavilions. First stop, Canada. So on the way to our pin board, I spotted a cast member walking around with a pin board. Let's take a look at the pins. It's so busy, I cannot believe this. And so we did spot a pin trading cast member with a pin board on our way to Canada. Here's a look at the pins. Awesome, thank you so much. All right, so nothing on that pin trading cast member's pin board for me. Now let's head towards the back of the country here in Canada. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at the pin board in Le Cellier. Here's a look at the pin board in Le Cellier, and ding, 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 there's a Simba Munchling. Munchlings trade so well, so I definitely want that. And then we also have Minnie with a bob next to our girl, Mother Gothel, the queen, the icon. This is the trifecta right here. Okay, let's take this guy here, right? And then we're gonna put down, let's do down the Wally pin. Ding, 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 my friends. We just scored the Simba Munchling, our first trade on a pin board. Took us a minute, but we got there. We got there. All right, now let's take a look at the pin board back here at EPCOT.
Are you Kevin?
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
Okay, this is the first time everyone talks about you.
Oh, all good things, I hope.
Yay.
All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Canada. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. Nothing for me on the pin board at KidCot here in Canada. But new cast members have joined the team. So the cast member was telling me like, oh, you're Kevin. The other cast members always talk about you, Kevin, and now I finally get to meet you. So yes, our reputation stays pristine here in Canada. And also, please be very nice to the cast members here in Canada. This is my favorite pin board. They are the nicest. Every once in a while, we will bless the pin board. So they told me that people have been coming by, blessing the pin board. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And she did tell me everyone who says they watch my videos here in Canada says they're very polite, so thank you all for that. Be nice to them. They're so nice. They're so nice. And it's sad because the ones that I have become friends with are now leaving because, you know, their time here is up. But we'll make new friends. And to the cast members that are my friends that I've made throughout like their time here, you guys are the best. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Okay, so our last pin board in Canada is gonna be here at a Northwest Mercantile, like Kimberly's daughter. All right, let's head inside and check out the pin board. And here's a look at the pin board in Northwest Mercantile, like Kimberly's daughter. That's pretty cool. All right, nothing here for me. Let's keep moving. That's a wrap on Canada. We did do a trade here. We got the Simba Munchling, so Canada for the win. All right, let's head to our next country. All right, so we're headed to the UK, but we do have this cart here with all the Winnie the Pooh merchandise. All right, so we got a pin trading cast member here, and here's a look at their pins. The pin trading cast member didn't have anything that I wanted or needed for my collection, but loved to see a pin trading cast member here. Yeah, that's a Raven. Hi, how are you? Hi. Okay, so now let's tackle the pin board here in the UK over at Crown and Crest. Let's go. All right, here's a look at the pin board in the UK, and it is color coded so beautifully. Great job, great job.
Thank you.
Best pin board we've seen today. Alrighty, now I don't see anything here for me, so let's keep moving. Now, between the UK and France, they have this pin cart here, and sometimes they have a pin board, sometimes they don't. Right now, they do not. So we're gonna keep moving. Let's head to France. Okay, so here we are in France. Let's head all the way to the back of the pavilion and check out the pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in France, and look at this little guy. Now, definitely Boo Boo Kitty, but pretty cool. Well, maybe not. Let's see. We'll do a double check. Oh yeah, no thank you. No thank you. Alrighty, I don't see anything here for me. Let's keep moving. But nothing for me in France. Although that little anger emotion pin from Inside Out would have been cool if he was the real deal. But he was actually, we can't even call him a Boo Boo Kitty because a Boo Boo Kitty is like a Disney pin that's like, you know, trying to pretend to be real. This one wasn't even trying to be real. It was just that was the king of Boo Boo Kitties. We got to come up with a name for one of those. Also, Boo Boo Kitties, it took off. It took off. People are sending me like screenshots of group chats, like other pin trading group chats, and everyone's like, is that a Boo Boo Kitty? Can someone tell me if these are Boo Boo Kitties? And also, like, the cast member told me, like, people are coming up and saying, like, oh, these are Boo Boo Kitty pins. So yeah, I just think that's so funny. Okay, so we made it to our next country, which is Morocco, and Morocco's pin board's gonna be over in the gift shop here. Let's go take a look. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Morocco. Mother Gothel, Queen Icon, Mickey. All right, nothing for me. Let's keep moving. You guys, the wind is going crazy. Truly, winds in the east. Oh man, I don't know. We might only be able to get to America, and then we might have to call it because it's about to downpour any second. Look at the trees. Yes, you think you own whatever land you land on. Ooh, I kind of ate that, okay? For the sake of getting out of here dry, we're gonna skip a few countries, okay? So we're gonna skip Japan because Japan's pin board is with the KidCot little book signing, like the passport that they have for around the world, and the line is always super, super long. So we're gonna skip this one. We'll check out America, and let's see, we'll play it by ear, but it's about to downpour any minute. So we made it to America, land of the free, home of the Wendy's 4-for-4. Let's go check out the pin board over at KidCot. All right, here's a look at the pin board in America, land of the free, home of the Wendy's 4-for-4. And I don't see nothing. Let's keep moving. So nothing for me on the pin board in America, land of the free, home of the Wendy's 4-for-4. So that's a wrap on America. Let's head to the next country. Just to save us some time, we're gonna skip over Italy and head straight to Germany. Now, Germany's pin board can be found right in this gift shop. let's pop inside and see what they've got. We found wave Bs here before, so maybe we'll score one right now. Okay, so here's a look at the pin board in Germany, and look at that. It is a Boo Boo Kitty. It's a Boo Boo Kitty of Flash, but if you've been watching, you know we ended up finding the Boo Boo Kitty of Gazelle in this set. Now, I have the real deal of this set, but I don't know, it would kind of be fun to collect these as a Boo Boo Kitty so that way I can show like a real set versus a Boo Boo Kitty set. So I did bring with me a Boo Boo Kitty today. So let's use this piglet here and take this one here. And then here's a look at the rest of the board. And I don't see anything here else that I want or need, so let's keep moving. Okay, so we ended up trading for a little Boo Boo Kitty of Flash. Not too bad. Now, we're gonna pop into the gift shop that's right across. There's like a Christmas store, and sometimes they have like pin trading cast members there, and hopefully we can score a wave B. So we did spot a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. That's a wrap on Germany. We didn't find any wave B pins. That's okay. We did get the cool little Zootopia Boo Boo Kitty, which is pretty nice. Okay, next country, China. So we made it to China. We're gonna head towards the back of the pavilion and check out the pin board in the House of Good Fortune. And also, they have the really cool Shanghai Disney Resort like exhibit right here in this building. I always recommend checking it out. And now that I'm officially going to Disneyland for the first time, my skies just got brighter for checking out like every like Disney resort in the world. So one day we're putting it into the universe. We said one day we'll get to go to Disneyland. That's happening. And one day we'll get to go to Disneyland Paris, Tokyo, and the one I must go to is Shanghai because they have Zootopia Land. So fingers crossed. I don't even gotta cross my fingers because it's gonna happen. You'll see in 5 years from now. All right, so I popped into the House of Good Fortune, but the line for the passport thing was so long, but I did take a peek at the pin board and nothing. All Boo Boo Kitty pins. All right, let's head to our next country, Norway. Once you make it to Norway, the pin board can be found in Fjording. All right, and here's a look at the pin board in Norway. All right, nothing here either. Let's keep moving. Man, these pin boards are pretty rough today, but it's not about the treasure. It is about the adventure of pin trading. Some days are gonna be like this. Some days it's gonna be Boo Boo Kitty galore, but you're out here, you're pin trading, you're having a good time. That's the most important part, you know what I mean? Cheers to that, am I right? All right, let's head to our next country. And our final country, Mexico. Yes, all right, so we made it to our final country, Mexico. Let's pop inside and check out the pin board located in the plaza. And once you make it into the plaza, the pin board can be found at the gift shop, La Tienda Encantada. All right, let's pop inside. Okay, and here's a look at our final pin board in La Tienda Encantada. They have Ariel Shoe, Snow White's baby daddy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Really? A lot of Boo Boo Kitties. A lot of Boo Boo Kitties today. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Okie dokie. Nothing here for me. Let's keep... Well, actually, that's a wrap. That is a wrap on the pin boards. Now, I wanted to pop out here because sometimes you can find a pin board out here, but because of the weather, it looks like everything's moving inside. So, no pin board. So, yeah, that was our final pin board. Okay, so we did end up scoring some good pins throughout the World Showcase. We ran into a couple friends who watch. We got this really cool Walt pin. We also got the Simba from the Canada pin board. We also got the Cruella from a friend who watches. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. And then we got all those amazing pins that we traded for earlier at Club Cool area. So yeah, not a bad day pin trading. Alrighty, friends, that is gonna do it for our time pin trading here at EPCOT. I wanna give a shout out to everybody that I pin traded with today. Thank you so much. We scored some pretty spectacular pins today. That Goofy movie one, awesome. I got some Wave B, I got the bubble wands, hooray, hooray. And then we ended up scoring a cute little Simba in Canada. Shout out to Canada. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I'm the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about everywhere. And I'll see ya in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.